Seventh grade, my dear student, welcome back again. Today we are going to answer worksheet for the business studies IGCSE. This worksheet will cover chapter 9, internal and external communications. So I hope you will find that useful, my dear student, and let's start. Okay. Okay, for now, just that here, and just resize my picture and start. Do not need my. Okay, guys, let's start. As you see here, it's the worksheet for section 2, chapter 9. Internal and external communication. The first definitions, we have 4 definitions here. The first one, communication media. What do you mean by communication media? Communication media mean the methods used to communicate a message. It's the methods used to communicate a message. The second one, feedback. Feedback is the receiver's response to a message. It's the receiver's response to a message. The third one, effective communication. What is the effective communication? It's the information passed between 2 or more groups with feedback to confirm that the message has been received and understood. And the last one is two-way of communications. Two-way of communications. This is mean the receiver are allowed to respond to the message and the sender is to listen to the response. So it's the two-way communication. The receiver is allowed to respond to the message and the sender to listen to the response. Okay. The second question is, what is the two type of communication? What is the two type of communication? We have 2 main types of communication, the internal one and the external one. So we have the internal communication and the external communication. So if this question is come in the second exam and asking you about what are the 2 types of business communication and what is the difference between them, you just say that there is 2 types, the internal communication and the external communication. But what is the main difference between them? What is the main difference between them? Okay. As I said here, is the internal communication is where employees communicate with each other. It's like managers, subordinates in their own department or with other departments in the business, while the external communication involves communicating with people or organizations outside the business. Example, like communicate with business stakeholders like government, suppliers, anyone outside the business. Okay, let's erase that. Let's go directly to question 3 in the worksheet. Question 3 in the worksheet. Okay. What are the benefits of effective communication in business? What are the benefits of effective communication in business? The answer is, first one, reducing the risk of mistakes, enabling faster decision making, enabling quicker responses to market changes, improving coordination between departments, and finally improving customer relationship. This is the fifth effectives, the benefits of effective communication in business. Okay. Number 4. Write down 5 forms. Write down 5 forms of written communications. Write down 5 forms of written communication. Okay. Let's erase that. Okay. First one, letter. We have here letter, memorandum, agenda, minutes of meeting, and invoices. This is the 5 forms of written communication used by a business. This is 5 forms of communication used by a business. So let's directly to question number 5. It says here, what should business think about when choosing? What should business think about when choosing the best method of communications? Okay, let's go to the answer here. Number 1, how urgent the message is. Number 2, the length and complexity of the message. Number 3, how many people need to receive the message. Number 4, how far away the receiver is from the sender. Number 5, the cost of media. Question number 6, what are the problems arising from ineffective communication in business? The answer, tasks done incorrectly, business reputation damaged, workers' moral and motivation falls, risk of accidents in the workplace, poor sales, and finally wrong type of worker recruited. Question number 7 here. Answer the question below the table. It gives you 4 main types of communications: the oral, written, electronic, and visual, and gives you here, enter each of the following methods of communications under the correct heading in your table. First one, the conversation. The conversation, is it a one-way or two-way, guys? Please listen carefully. Conversation usually is done by 2 or more people. Is it face-to-face, means two-way of communication, or just one way? I think conversation is two-way of communications. So the conversation will be in the oral here. I think it will be here in the oral. Okay, I will grab it here. Okay, conversation. Okay. No. Conversation. Okay. What else? I'll make it 12. Okay. I think 12, maybe. Okay. What else? Conversation. Email. What do you think? Email. It's an oral, written, or electronic, or visual. Okay. Email is using technology, so it is an electronic. So we will put it here in the electronic column. So let's type here email. Okay. What else? Bar chart. Bar chart is visual. What do you mean by visual? Visual is all the graphical shapes like bar chart, like pie, any statistical shapes. It will be in the visual or graph or photo. All these types of communication is in the visual column. So the bar chart will be here. The bar chart will be here. Bar chart. Okay. 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 Fax, I think it's an electronic here. Fax. Graph, as I said, visual. Fax, it's no. Fax, it's an electronic here. Sorry, this is fax. Graph, I mean graph here. Graph. Graph. Sorry, guys. Okay. Interview. Interview is a two-way of communication, so it will be here in oral. So interview. Okay. And what else? Telephone. Telephone will be here in the electronic. Photograph will be in the visual. Memorandum in the written here. Memorandum. Telephone. Telephone is here in the electronic. Video conferencing is in the electronic. Text message also in the electronic. Notice board in the written. Diagram in the visual. Letter in the written. Report also in the written. Let's go directly to the answers here. This is the answers here. As you see, let's delete all of these. Okay, this is the answer sheet. The oral is including conversation, meeting, interview, the written, memorandum, letter, report, the electronic, email, fax, telephone, video conferencing, text messages or SMS, the visual, bar chart, graph, photograph, diagram. So this is the answer, guys. This is the answer, guys. You will find, after finish this video, you will find a link below the video that containing the worksheet and the answer. Okay, guys? So don't worry. A question 7.2, identify and explain which method of communication would you use and why for each of the following. Okay, the first one, if you are going to have a presentation of a financial results first to your director, what you are going to choose? For me, I choose a meeting. Why? To discuss the financial results and decide what to do directly. If I'm going to have a meeting or a presentation to workforce, maybe I will choose a graph. Why? Because large number of employees and the graph represent a financial number in a perfect way. This is in my opinion. Maybe you have another opinion. Okay, but just let me know, guys. Okay. Question number 7.2. If I'm going to have a presentation to or I want to an invitations to all workers to the family fun day, maybe I will use here I will use email. Why? Tells all the fun day details clearly to all the employees in email. Maybe I will choose this type of communication. Again, where is that? An ID for a new student's recreation room in your schools. Maybe I will choose conversation. Why? To discuss the advantages of this new IDs. 7.2.4, a reminder to heads of departments about meeting in 2 days time. Maybe I will choose a telephone. Why? I will choose a telephone too, because there isn't much time, and to make sure that the meeting date is announced clearly. 7.2.5, performance feedback to successful job applicant by a human resource manager. Maybe letter. Why? To inform the employee clearly about his performance and keep a copy of this letter signed by the employees in a personal file. This is the worksheet, guys, and this is the answers. And as I tell you before, you will find after this video a link below the video containing the 2 files. So just click on the link and you can download the files at your PCs. I hope you will find this useful, guys. Thank you and goodbye.